a child could grow up to envy the next person.
For sure.
You know, so I used to be like, well, I'm gonna start buying other boy stuff. So no, I wouldn't pull up just with my son food because you gotta keep in mind his brothers and sisters are older than him and they can home him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna make sure they be food. When they see me, they think it's Stepdaddy Tuesday.
Now, the fact that you...
Big facts. There y'all go and take care of everybody.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say
Real life street stars. Know what time it is.
So wait, real quick, can I ask you about Colorado?
Of course, yeah.
All right. You got summoned to Colorado.
Well, no, I wanted to go to Colorado.
Okay. All right. So let's lay out correctly.
Okay, let's get this right.
You wanted to go to Colorado because a woman wanted to say, "Hey, OG Giggity, I believe you are the father of my 1-year-old child."
I want to come on Reallyfe Street Stars.
Oh, damn! Spoiler alert.
So
no, because,
yeah, so I had sex with this woman twice since I'd been home, and the last time she said I'm pregnant, I'm like, yeah, I thought this thing still work, right? So, you know, I'm like, yeah. So I was like, I believe you because you know, but you know, in this day and time, in this time that we living in, you got to have receipts. That's what you guys say, receipts.
Yeah, receipts.
So I was like, man, look, I'm gonna fly you and him out here to Texas, and we're gonna do. So I contact a DNA place. They wanted like $400 something to do it. So I was gonna do that, but then I said, how much is yo? So in Colorado, they got, if you want to just know, it's $199, and if you got to go to court, it's $299. I said, well, I'm coming out there, and then I wanted to go to Colorado anyway. So we flew out, went to the clinic, and they took and swabbed my right side, and then they swabbed my left side, and they swabbed his right side, his left side, put it in the thing. I'm like, how that's gonna tell this my child? So she was like, in 5 days, you're gonna know something. I'm like, all right, we're gonna see your email. All right, whatever. So I had this like just trying to forget about it because I wanted the days to go by. So I got the email and they had 99, 99.99, all that 99, 7 at the end. So I said, what the 7 for? I said, this is what she might was cheating at. But so
just like a nigga.
Yeah. So yeah, I found out I got a 1-year-old son.
Wow, that's crazy. That's amazing. We really gotta congratulate that because a lot of us we treat that like it's a bad thing, but that's a blessing because
I want to name him Brian Ronald Williams.
Is that what? Damn, that's Brian, baby.
Big facts.
It's crazy, bro, because you were locked up for 20 years, bro.
23 years and 10 months.
23 years and 10 months, and to come out and then have a child.
Never be able to raise a child.
Yeah, bro.
So look at I asked you though. I say, when you gonna let me get him? You know, bring him. She said, hold. Not till he turns 2, because you're gonna be around a lot of people and he can't talk and then somebody touch him. I'm like, what do you think I'd be around some animals? But I didn't want to tick her off because we got a good thing going now, you know what I'm saying? So I can see him, talk to him, you know, check, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right, bro.
Are you excited to have re-entered fatherhood?
Yes, but I thought that I was gonna be able to, I thought that, you know, what I respect about her, because she's a mother that loves her child. So I thought she was gonna be like, he did let baby drive me crazy, take him, right? I was like, all right, cool, I was gonna bring him to Dallas, you know, get a little cowboy gift, we was gonna hang out at Jerry Jones' spot. But you know, she changed all that. So, and I contacted an attorney because I was like, you know what? I want to get joint custody. So then he was telling me about certain stuff, and I was like, well, listen, I'm not trying to go to court and make nothing messy, talking about she unfit, all this old goofy stuff. I just want joint custody where he comes stay by me in Texas, and, you know, so.
Have you put yourself on child support yet?
No, I ain't doing no child. She gotta do that. I paid now, I'm gonna take care of her.
Hey, you talking about this money you make, you better, hey, you made $23.
No, I ain't tripping because this is my thing. As long as because I know she gonna do the right thing because she's a good woman, you know, take care of the child. So I don't have a problem with that.
You pick them right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that they do. It's just what I'm gonna do if they go to get, talk about, all right, now you're making too much money, we're gonna get, first of all, it don't take no $10,000 a month to take care of no little 1-year-old now. This family support. There ain't no child support.
Some people will disagree.
I'm gonna be taking care of her and her boyfriend. I don't care what they disagree. I'm talking about what I'm talking about now. You know what I'm saying? So my thinking now what's gonna happen is I'm about to, only job I got is YouTube. So if they go to acting crazy, I quit. I ain't doing
I'm trying to raise this baby right.
Look, you know I've been shot up, so now I need disability. I need all this. So, and then she made good money. Now I'm gonna put you on child support. Look.
We got a question.
Child support it in.
Okay, this is my question. So, I don't know how much you make. I really don't care. But what I'm saying is, if you making $1 million a year, why not pay like a million in child support? I'm not gonna lie. If you making
what?
No, that's
if you make, I ain't gonna lie, that was too much. I'm guessing it.
Right.
If you make $1 million,
right.
why you can't pay like $150,000 in child support? But if it's gonna go to your kid though, like if the baby mama gonna really like turn the baby up, put it up for savings, all that shit, like why not pay that much? If you got a good baby mama, cause I would expect for the niggas, just like bitches have abortions, be like, I don't want that nigga to be my baby daddy. Niggas be like, I don't want that bitch to be my baby mama. Like,
but he shot off in her. So let me ask you this question.
That's where y'all fucking up. If you feel like you would never want that bitch to be your baby mama,
right? You put a pull out, right? But let me answer that question. What you said, if I'm making $1 million, why not pay the 100? Here's the thing. This is what I don't like when them judges rule like that. Because okay, say she got a child.
Fair. That's the offspring. I'm sorry.
Not Trump's in office. Don't go like that anymore.
Good. So
that's why I like Donald Trump. Okay.
All right, so
You like Donald Trump?
No.
Let him answer.
Break it down.
So here's my thing. You got a child by me in this household. You got 2-3 other children. So now you say child support. Okay. I got a 1-year-old son. How much does it take? How much you got some clothes? You got food? He don't must have his own bedroom. So what in the world you gonna do the $100,000? Now I would say this: if the judge, if I gave up $100,000 a month, why we can't do this here with the courts? Everything you pay for, give us the receipt, show us, and then the rest, you can put it up in a savings. But here's the thing: I can start my own savings for my child. So really, it's not child support; it's family support because now I'm taking care of her boyfriend, and the other children that ain't mine. Because it don't take no $100,000 a month to take care of one-year-old. He don't even must have his own bedroom.
She will say,
okay, this is what I gotta say. I feel like that's all facts. But this is what I gotta say. First of all, I come from a married home. I don't even have no half sisters, no brothers. But if I did have half sisters and my brother, and my brother, his daddy a fucking millionaire and shit like that, I'm gonna be like, damn, I would expect for my mama to be like, take that child support and split it amongst all the kids. now we all bosses. Like now we all doing our shit. Like, but it's for the kids though. It's for the kids. Them the brothers, them the sisters. Ultimately that's your family too.
No, it ain't. Not if I'm not living there.
You talking some nonsense now.
How?
You
I'm trying to ride with you.
Y'all hear me back screen, but
all the kids bossed up.
No, y'all listen. I don't got no kids. I'm just saying though. I'm just saying.
No, gangster. Hey, the baby needs to ride in the Cullinan. It's the safest car.
Gotta put that baby in the lift, and I'm gonna call and check on him.
Call and check on him.
Yeah, and we're gonna check.
I'm gonna call and think.
Nah, but for real though, I believe this though, and like I always say, because like I told her, I said once I get that paperwork, he ain't gonna never want for nothing. So, and I don't mind helping out, but you're not about to abuse me.
So gangster, are you one of those that will pull up to the house where your child is at with only food for your baby?
No, I ain't doing that. Let me tell you why I wouldn't do that. Because like my son that's in the Fed, and I used to always tell him, I didn't know his little cousins, they the same age, were the same size. I didn't know that he was living with them. And I was like, when I was in the Fed, I used to buy my son like 6 pair of shoes every year for school because I didn't want him to use that excuse. Well, Dad, I ain't got no shoes. I don't go to school. I cut class, right? So, but this little boy, his cousin was living with him. He only had 1 pair of shoes. And it so happened, this 1 pair of tennis shoes he had with some ugly Nikes that I used to be in the East Bay book. And I called him and said, son, I see these Nikes. I'm going to get you these. Nah, Dad, I'm cool. I said, you run around the project. No, Dad, I got Joe's. I run around. I said, well, man, anybody in your school or in your neighborhood don't have no shoes? Because I wanted to buy these Nikes bad, right? He said, well, my cousin. I said, your cousin? Where your cousin at? Oh, he live here. I said, you mean tell me your cousin lived there, he only had one pair of tennis shoes, and I'm buying you, because what I'm getting at is this. A child could grow up to envy the next person.
For sure.
You know? So I just be like, well, I start buying other boy stuff. So no, I wouldn't pull up just with my son food, because you gotta keep in mind, his brothers and sisters are older than him, and they can home him, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna make sure they be food. When they see me, they think it's Stepdaddy Tuesday.
Now the fact that you...
Big facts. There y'all go, I'm taking everybody.
For our audience, the fact that you said East Bay books, y'all go Google that.
Day, huh? Yeah.
Y'all go Google that. Yeah, bro. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Man, with that being said, Gangsta, it's always great to have you here, because, it's a breath of fresh air as far as your take on these things that be happening in the world. And, for you to have done the time that you did, be out here, I have to question, like, were you always like this good-hearted? Because it seemed like you a good-hearted soul. Like, I can't even, people be like, damn, y'all know y'all be interviewing like a murderer. And I'm like, he seems like a good-hearted soul, man. Were you messed up? Yeah. Like, were you, like, was this always in you? Was you like just messed up from like the system, from society back then, or?
I would say this, Killer Stone, he's not here, he always taught us, like, the family, like, always look out for your people, right? But my bad, it started from Black and Mo. Because one time I had called him my friend. He was like, I'm your brother. He said, because you're a killer friend. Because anybody, the right amount of money, you'll kill your friend. So I've always been like, if you're in my circle, I'm gonna make sure everybody good, because I know how I used to think, right? So now with me being here, and I think back then, I've always showed love, but if you weren't part of my circle, I was gonna get you. But I always smile, always.
Were you this funny back then? Like,
yeah, I've
so you
been like this.
Damn.
Crack joke.
Right, here we going. I can't imagine him just clapping somebody and coming back and just cracking a
anybody
joke.
Will tell you who know me coming up in the project or wherever, I've always smiled, had fun, laughed. And it got to keep in mind, I always was small too. So I always, what I'm saying, like Diesel size. That's how I was.
So when you used to delete people, did you laugh?
Sometimes, because it's like, no, because for real, because it's like, I got you now,
Yeah.
Because a lot of us, because I always tell people, I've always been scared to die first.
Right.
I don't want to die first because nobody's not going to retaliate like I'm going to retaliate. So I don't want to die first. So, but once I became Muslim, I started appreciating life and started respecting the next person. I started realizing that these people have feelings too. So, Allahu Akbar. So it helps me more now. And then another thing, I don't believe in having people around me on flunky's time. I want everybody to be bosses, so you can't tell who's who. And that's gonna make the man who with me gonna feel like, okay, cool, I ain't gotta worry about him trying to snake me and do something, because I'm like, hey, go ahead. You wanna drive the Rover? Go ahead, get the key to the Rover truck. But I always make sure anybody that's around me, with me, if you wanna learn about YouTube, I'm gonna give you the game. I'm gonna help, I'm gonna show you. If I go do an interview, I'm gonna try to put you there with me. It's enough money for everybody.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.